100% homegrown Cowboy. This is 100% true. If Quin Ewers doesn't even have to be great. If he's a good college football quarterback this year, this offense is going to be a top 10 offense. You have Jordan Whittington, Xavier Worthy, Isaiah Nair, Bijan Robinson, Roshan Johnson, Terrence Brooks, Tavian Sanders, Jaleel Billingsley. The list goes on. This is a very good, and if these guys would have gotten Jordan Addison, this offense would have been, yeah, I would have bet money that they'd be a top 5 offense. I still think they have the capability of being that, but I for sure think they're top 10, and they could be the best. We'll see. I think Ohio State or Alabama is most likely going to be the best offense. Yeah, once Manning committed to Texas, we all knew Jonte was going. That's a tough duo as is. 100%. And I believe Jonte Cook will commit to Texas this week. I don't know when. I think he does. He's one of those guys that does like the shine. Let's be honest here. All those videos poking fun at Texas, then A&M, and then showing up to Alabama was like, oh, you got real trophies? He's 100% a clown. He likes to be the center of attention. So he's waiting for the Arch Manning hype to die down, and then he'll make his commitment. Jimbo is ready. Will be ready for Arch. I'm not scared of Jimbo Fisher as a coach. Go look at his track record. He's missed multiple recruitments since Jameis Winston. He's kind of like what happened to Mac Brown at Texas. He had all this great track record, and then all of a sudden it fell off a cliff, and he's kind of doing the same thing. I'm not impressed at A&M until they win 10 games. With the amount of talent they have in the trenches, like we have talent, and I said that. We have wide receivers, all that stuff. That stuff doesn't win you national championships or multiple 10-win seasons in a row. The trenches do. And Jimbo Fisher's got the talent now. I want to see what he does with it. Okay, that's pretty funny. Manning could do the 100%. I do believe Arch Manning is a high 4-star recruit, but because of the name, goes to 5. But that does matter, guys. Genes do matter. He's going to have 2 guys that have won Super Bowls to be able to call him, hey, like, hey, should I do this? Hey, should I do this? That's a lot, guys. That's worth a lot. If you could take someone who's average at something and give them 2 of the greatest mentors, and they're going to be better than average after they talk to them and learn from them. And he has that in his family. So that is 100% why he's the 5th string or 5th star. 100%. Texas A&M, this is their year. I don't want to hear anything else. If you don't win, I'm not saying win the national championship, but you have to come in second place at worst. If you finish second behind Alabama, there's no shame in that, but you have to do that with the amount of talent they have. A&M peaked in the COVID year. How much weight can we put in that? Not a lot. Again, I need to see them finish second behind Bama this year. They have to do that. They have to win 10 games. And we'll see. I don't even know who their quarterback is going to be. And can Jimbo Fisher develop a quarterback? After Jameis Winston, by the way, Jameis Winston came in his freshman year, was fantastic. Probably the best college freshman season I've ever seen from a college quarterback. And then he was very average, and he's been terrible ever since. So, not terrible. Very average at best ever since. So we'll see. We'll see what Jimbo Fisher does. Arkansas will finish second. That's very possible. They did very well this offseason. They got a lot of transfers. Drew Sanders, who I wanted at Texas. So that's very possible. I don't see that. I don't think Arch Manning sits 2 years. I just don't see that. 100%. You can't just have an offense like at OSU last year. I do agree with that, but you can still win a lot of games with an offense. Example, Baker Mayfield's Oklahoma team when they got to the college football playoff. You can do that. You cannot win a national championship that way. You can win 10 to 12 games that way, but you will not win a national championship. That is 100% correct. It's yet to be done. I think the worst defense to ever win a national championship, because Tom Herman always said this, was Cam Newton's Auburn team in the BCS era until now. So that's the worst it can be. I think and they were like 30th, and that was with the best college football quarterback I've ever seen, or top 3 debatable between him, Tebow, and Vince Young, in my opinion. So, and Joe Burrow as well. So top 4, but Joe Burrow's more, I'll give Joe Burrow top 4. Yes. He made him be higher, but it was one of the best I've ever seen. He was definitely the best dual threat quarterback I've ever seen. Thoughts on West Virginia this year? They have a good chance to be a dark horse candidate for the Big 12. The Big 12 is wide open with Lincoln Riley leaving. I think it will be interesting. JT Daniels, I've always liked. I don't love him, but he's definitely the best quarterback they've had for a while. They return a couple good players on both sides of the ball. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch them, engage them. I liked the Neil Brown hire at the time. I'm starting to doubt it. We'll see. 100% Vince Young was also, Texas says, the only 3 quarterbacks to ever be a perfect prospect if Arch Manning stays committed, which I fully expect him to. And we haven't done, and they haven't had a shot yet. We're hoping these guys can replicate what Vince Young did. That would be fun. I at least want them to come to Austin. I think it'd be awesome. Their environment was awesome. That was their Super Bowl last year. I mean, they were packed out. I think Alabama goes there this year. I think that's going to be just as big and just as fun because I think Arkansas is going to be better than they were last year. And everyone was hating on them. That was a good football team last year. Texas has had 3 perfect QBs. Vince Young really didn't pop off until his late sophomore season. And then junior year obviously went nuclear, should have won the Heisman, but it is what it is. 100%. That's true. I mean, that's the thing. This isn't just a stamp of approval from Arch. His family had to sign off on this. This is a stamp of approval from the Mannings, the first family of football. These are the Kennedys to politics. So Kennedys of football, I should say. So this is a spectacular. This is bigger than Arch, is what I'm saying. You're not just getting Arch. You're getting probably 5 to 6 guys that wouldn't have gone to Texas because of Arch. It's really big. It really is. Can't be understated. A combination of immaturity and Jeff Fisher, and even admitted he would not have come out if the Houston Texans, if he didn't think the Houston Texans were not going to take him number 1. That was the biggest thing. And that team, guys, go look at that roster. Vince Young's on that team the next year. That team the next year is better than that 05 team. You have another year of Jamal Charles. The defense gets better. Basically, every position got better other than Colt McCoy, his first year behind the reins, and he was just not ready. And that team still won 10 games. And Colt McCoy did not play very well. I try to have a show weekly on the Texas football channel. I'm going to start doing that. And then I have a post-game show after every game I'm here. I was taking it hard last year, guys, with all the losses, 6 losses in a row. That was not fun, but I was here. I took my medicine. There was a lot of shit comments in there, and that's 100% fine. I can take them. And it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to enjoy it this year. Hopefully they're better this year. I fully expect them to be. I don't think 5-7's in the cards at all, but you never know. I actually wasn't as high as most people. I thought this team at the worst could be 6-6. So I was pretty close. I thought they'd be between 6-6 and 9-3. And they were the worst they could possibly be last year, which is even worse than 6-6, 5-7. I would have to look at West Virginia's schedule to know that, Troy. I fully expect them to probably, I mean, just based off how weak the Big 12 is, and if their out of conference schedule isn't too difficult, probably realistically, same as Texas, 8-4, 9-3. I don't know who's going to win the Big 12. I have no clue this year. It's going to be interesting. It was fun for you. It was not fun for me. It actually hurt me to watch Texas. It just hurt because they were in every game. Like, they were leading at halftime of basically every game, and they would blow it. I mean, I can take losing. I can't take losing like that. I'd rather the Arkansas game where Arkansas was leading at halftime, but it was close, and then we got blown out. I'd way rather just get blown out from the beginning and know it's over, which may happen week 2 versus Alabama. I actually don't expect it to. If they can just do an average job on Will Anderson, I think there's some things that he can exploit in that Saban defense, but we'll have to see. I don't know if you can contain Will Anderson because he's the best player in college football.